It has never been easy to recognize a narcissist. They are masters of disguise, experts at hiding their true identity, their charisma, their confidence, their extroverted personality often makes people trust them very easily. And by the time you realize what you're dealing with and who you're dealing with, the damage is already done. But because of growing awareness about narcissism and narcissistic personality disorder, it has now become very easy to spot a narcissist. Then most narcissists share several common traits among themselves. They are grandiosity, low empathy, pathological selfishness, entitlement, constant need for admiration, blame shifting, playing the victim card, zero tolerance for criticism, and attention seeking behavior. If someone shows these patterns, these traits consistently over time, it becomes a major red flag for their personality. But many people still miss it because they don't know what patterns to watch and how often the behavior needs to be repeated to brand that person as a narcissist. And that is why this one trait is so important. This one visible trait that gives away a narcissist almost all the time, which is their lack of accountability. Accountability is a powerful character trait. It means taking ownership for your actions, admitting when you're wrong, and taking responsibility for your consequences. People with strong character see accountability as an honorable thing. They think that if I have made a mistake, I will own it. I will face the consequences. But narcissists see accountability very differently. To them, accountability feels like shame. Narcissists avoid accountability for two main reasons. First, deep down, they know what they did was wrong. And second, and more important, accepting responsibility would mean admitting that they are not perfect. And that is something their ego simply cannot tolerate. Because in their mind, they must always be right. They must always be superior. And when they fail to do that, they play the victim card. So, here is what happens when you confront them for their behavior. The narcissist, instead of reflecting on their behavior, would gaslight you, twist the story, blame you for that behavior, for their action, play the victim card, or attack you personally. Because for them, anything is easier than saying, I was wrong. I did something that is wrong. And this is the most heartbreaking reality for survivors. A narcissist who cannot take responsibility is extremely unlikely to change their behavior. And survivors find it very hard to accept this truth. Because the first step to real change is accepting that you did something wrong, that you are wrong. It means self-awareness, accepting the responsibility, and having genuine remorse for your action. And narcissists usually lack all of that. Accountability also gives survivors something very important, which is closure. When someone owns their mistake, healing becomes easier, moving on becomes easier and possible. But narcissists often avoid accountability, and because they don't want you to fully heal and detach from them. They want you confused, they want you doubting yourself, and they want you stuck with them. In healthy relationships, people often take responsibility for their mistakes, and the relationship becomes stronger, more deeper, more mature with time. But in narcissistic relationship, the opposite happens. When the narcissist is confronted for their behavior, they get angry, defensive, and even hostile. and very often they successfully shift the blame onto the victim. So you need to watch carefully for this particular pattern. They take credit for everything that is good and blame others for everything that is bad. Nothing is truly their fault. They believe that they cannot do any wrong. So if you see this pattern consistently, you need to realize that you're dealing with a narcissist. And the reason why they do that is because of their deep-rooted insecurity and shame. Despite their grand confidence and grandiosity, many narcissists have a very fragile ego. Their mind has built this defense system, which is, if I'm perfect, I never have to feel shame. So when something goes wrong, their brain automatically searches for someone else to blame, because admitting fault would mean that they are not perfect, and it would crack their illusion of being perfect. So if you know someone who never take accountability for their action, always play the victim card, never apologizes sincerely, always blame others for their action, and never improves their behavior, there is a strong possibility that you are dealing with a narcissist. Remember, to be human is to be imperfect. Strong people take accountability for their action. They admit that they have done a mistake. They are healthy people. Brave people take accountability, and honest people grow this way by taking accountability and learning from their mistake. But narcissists run from responsibility and never take accountability. And if you see that happening again and again consistently, you have to realize that you are dealing with a narcissist. If this video resonated with you, then please subscribe to my channel Survivors of Narcissism for more videos like this and more deep insight on narcissistic behavior and healing. And please comment below if you know someone like this in your life.